Hello YouTube. So, oh, all right, Fergus is apparently helping. So this is my dog Fergus. And so we're back again today working on that monstrosity. If you didn't watch the recent vlog, go back and watch it because it'll make sense of how I got it. I am $0 into this hood right now, besides a $6 can of clear coat that I got from Walmart. Me and Tony ran to Lowe's and Walmart to grab some stuff. So I guess, okay, sorry. I'm into this with a can of clear coat, some high grit sandpaper to wet sand it. I got this hood for free from a good friend of mine named Sean Willis. Currently, this is the state of it. I kind of saved you guys the hours I have been wet sanding and buffing and all this. So I went with a 600 grit, a 1000, and then a 1500, and now I'm gonna buff it. Morrissey's gone off the whip right now, I guess. Chance is gonna come over here and grab an orbital buffer, and we're gonna use some Meguiar's Ultimate Compound and throw it onto this. I've had really good luck with Meguiar's stuff in the past, so hopefully we can bring this back to its former glory. So let's go ahead and basically spray this down, clean it off with some dish soap to get any sort of residue that's on here or any sort of clear coat that might still be laying around before I go and buff it. Oh my goodness, I almost dropped it. Okay, so I use Dawn dish soap. I like it because if there's any wax or any sort of residue of any sort of polish, it'll take it right out. Then we're gonna spray this on. I just really wish I could get the depth like this where you can see the whole reflection in there. But this is after, I already did a kind of a brief polish on this one, so I think this is similarly what we're gonna get. So it's not gonna be a mirror finish, but it's gonna be pretty damn good. Chance is here with festive hair.
Hello.
Dang.
Looks really bright on the camera.
Look how cool it looks by going through the sun. So I'm getting all the small crevices with this really crappy drill that I'm using. Hyper tough. But it's getting all the kind of like these tiny spots because obviously this massive orbital over there is getting into those corners. So we're using this Ultimate Compound, but I'm actually gonna mix it with this like off-brand polishing compound that we'll do too. And it looks like, I mean, that's cutting nice. It looks way nicer on camera than it does in real life, for sure. All right, so we're gonna bust out that orbital.
Where's the focus at? There we go.
So I'm trying to think of all the things Kozad taught me for prismatic and how to do it, and all those words have gone out the window as I pick this thing up. So let me put this camera down.
You're doing a big panel.
Oh, that's why you're supposed to do that. I get it now. All right, so now, go ahead and grab my amazing microfiber. I think I wore this to work a couple days ago.
God.
Bro, I mean, boys. How's it look on the camera, Chance?
It looks way too good.
Really?
On the camera?
I'm pretty stoked right now. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing?
I mean, it's shiny.
Oh, I scuffed it there. You know, and it's funny because I'm sitting here and like, just like kind of, since I've been going through all the phases of this and all the steps, I'll be honest with you, we probably could have just buffed what was already there.
We're learning.
Barely. And I could know how to do it properly and I won't do it.
We won't retain the knowledge.
We have never properly buffed anything. Me and Chance have like cut and buff like spray paint shit that we've done, but nothing like this. with that orbital that's absolutely terrifying. I mean, most people watching this probably know this, but there's a couple different types of orbital like buffers you can get, and some of them have like 2 axes so they spin but also move up and down so they don't burn the paint. This one is literally just a hot plate basically spinning. So we dug into the clear really hard on a couple spots, but for the most part I'm pretty hot. And I'm using a piano stand from my studio, so that's cool. Shoo! I don't think I have a very good before of it. But, so I think I'm gonna call this good for now. Once I put it on the car, I'll probably do another really deep buff and cut on it with some heavier compound, but I'm very happy for now. So I just went and drove it back. Well, yesterday I drove it back and to the garage, put it away, and it died like 3 times on the way there. So I'm suspecting a fuel pump. Now, fortunately enough, oops, it's the other old Nissan key. I keep a little trusty backpack, all sorts of goodies, and I think I have an old Walboro here. So what I'm gonna do is take a moment to put the wiring back in it, and I'm gonna connect the positive and the negative of the battery on here and see if it will turn on or not. I have that drill I was using yesterday to buff, and in theory all I will do is this will just turn on and kind of whine. But you don't want to have it on there too hot because the Walboros actually use fuel to be the lubricant for it. It kind of sounded like it locked up, so I don't know if I'm going to use this one, but it's nice to have this as a spare if I ultimately need it or not. I went on Amazon and ordered a new one. So as you can see here, I'm doing some cool stuff, hopefully for the, oh shit, the hood of the car. Kind of going with like a Urez styled kind of flame job, little Tokyo Auto Salon thing. And then I fucking love Japanese mayonnaise, so I put Kewpie on there and Studio Ghibli. I might have to make these bigger, and then I really like this Ken version of Blitz. It's really freaking sick. So I don't know if I'm gonna end up actually running that or not before the event. The kit, I just messaged the seller, and it's not supposed to be here until another couple of weeks. So I don't think it's gonna make it before the event, but that's perfectly okay. So I didn't actually vlog this, but I ended up doing a subframe, like GK Tech replica subframe, like slip-on shims that go over the subframe bushings. So long story short with this, I'll throw in the TikTok here. S chassis back up in the air, surprise, surprise. But this time we're gonna be installing some solid slip-in like subframe spacer things. Stop a lot of that slop and movement in the rear, and maybe I'll get less wheel hop doing burnouts and drifting. I'm so hopeful that none of these break, but I'm gonna do some PD blaster on them to let them soak in there and get a little bit easier to break loose with all that rust and grime that's on them. So the top half just kind of sandwiches into that area, and the bottom looks like a little Devo helmet, but it just plops on the bottom there. And that's pretty funny. You can see where this dent was when I was a stance boy and I was hitting this arm. And boom, got that other side back on. And then I put on the other wheels to have a little bit better fitment. But there's a lot of slop in that rear end. I really want to go solid subframes at some point. I think Tony's car has them, and I think Jesse's do, and both of those had a really stiff ride on the street, and I really want this to be kind of a street car, but I've probably overbuilt, like it's at a weird balance. I want it to be a street car, but I want it to be like a track car. I want a happy balance, but the car's kind of fighting itself internally. So I went with these to try and just kind of band-aid the problem of not having a solid subframe bushing until I dropped the entire subframe to do that, to fix my strip bolt of my diff. Pretty straightforward install. It only took me about 20 minutes. It did suck. I probably should have jacked the car up a little bit higher, but the bushings weren't as bad as I thought. I actually backed out all the bolts besides one to hold the subframe up so it didn't drop completely, and I actually had to pry the subframe off of the studs to actually get it to get down so I could put the shims in it. So this is a really quick vlog, but I'm trying to get these out more consistently so it's not an overwhelming amount of content in one video. Thanks for watching. Once again, I have the SR20 is for lovers shirts. The pre-orders are up, and I'm only gonna run them until the pre-order's done. I might print some for the homies, but I don't know. So if you wanna grab a shirt, if you wanna support, go ahead and hit that link down in the bio. I'd really appreciate it. There's already been a ton of people that have bought it, so I'm super stoked. Anyways, thanks for watching. This probably was really chaotic. It's gonna be a short one, and I'm sorry, but I'll hopefully have some cool stuff to update because we have our 2-day drift event coming up next week, and I'm gonna street drive the car down there.